Hello and welcome to week 3 of my digital creative offerings. This week is quite short and sweet in a sense. It does exactly what it says on the tin because the theme for this week is observation, okay? Observation. So I'm going to keep it relatively short, I hope, today. My offer for you on a very basic level is to just observe more of what's around you. So if you live with somebody, observe the way they move, observe the way they talk, observe the way they express themselves. If you are on your own, like I am, then observe people moving around through your window, observe your neighbours, observe people during, FaceTime, Zoom chats, whatever. The other offer is to observe people on television. And I say this not to be nosy, though, obviously, why not, to an extent, if that's your thing. I say it more because as creatives who make theatre, we're often reflecting the world back. We're reflecting back the world, to audiences. We want people to see characters and see situations that they can relate with, that they believe, that they recognise. So in order to do that, we've got to have our eyes open and be really looking at people around us and listening to them and absorbing them. When we make theatre, it isn't enough always to just draw from within ourselves. Sometimes it's about taking in the bigger picture. And I think I love sort of people watching, and I think there's something really interesting in observing the way people are and how a lot of that can be injected into what we do when we make theatre. To me, is really exciting. So on a basic level this week, your offer is to be more observant. Now there's a few extra layers to this, okay? If you want to, you can take that to the next level, and if you can observe someone around you at home or on the telly or via FaceTime, you can sort of imitate them. And this isn't about mockery or parodying the way that they are. I mean, it might be if you're close to that person and you want to have a bit of a laugh, but it's more about, can you truly become them? When we're acting, sometimes it's hard. I'll say to people, why are you standing like that? You're standing like that because you stand like that, not because your character would. And these little things actually make a huge difference. So see if you can strip yourself for a few minutes of what you would do and be somebody who you're trying to imitate. Physically try it in your body. It sounds bizarre, I know, and perhaps you're sitting there going, Alex, I don't want to sit at home acting like a crazy person. Well, I hate to break it to you, but acting, it's slightly crazy. You are pretending to be someone else, so why not use this time to practice it? Practice makes perfect. So that's one offer in terms of tasks for you this week. Another layer of that is, and you can do this with somebody who lives with you. You could do it over a video conference, if you like, of whatever is you're choosing. But is to have someone tell you a story. Can be real or can be completely absurd and made up. And watch how they tell that story. You could use my videos if you want. Look at how I talk to you, look at the mannerisms I use, and the idea of doing it with somebody interactively is that you retell them the story back and you try and mimic the way in which they move, which if it was me, you'd be using your hands all over the place. It's funny because often you don't realise what you do, so it's a bit revealing when you look at it back. You go, I don't do that. You probably do. But it's an interesting one just to explore the way in which we express ourselves. Are you very rigid? Are you very movie like me? Are you very thoughtful and looking around a lot? All really helpful in terms of me thinking about, if I'm making a character, how do I want them to engage with people? There's a few options there already. So that is another offer for you this week. Going up a notch from that, okay, is if you are watching any television, really try and pinpoint what you consider to be good acting. This is a chance to do some homework, watch some television, watch some films, people who you think are really great, where you're really in the scene and you're just wholeheartedly believing what's happening. Try and pick up on what it is that actor is doing. So they're in a situation of X and they're feeling X, and I believe them because they're doing this, this and this. Okay, try and pinpoint what it is that's making them believable for you. That will make you a better actor, having that awareness. I don't want to ruin the watching of films and television for you, where you just become a critic with everything you watch. But it's a good time to practice, because we have time to do that now. So yeah, essentially, in a nutshell, that is my offer for you this week. And if you feel moved in a sense of you see something and you find it really interesting, that it prompts you to do any of the tasks I've offered previously, so writing a monologue, doing a free write, doing a 1 to 10 script, writing some stage action, hey, go for it. We've got the tools now we're building each week that you can approach these offers and respond to them in whatever way you choose. And as we go on, they might get a little bit more detailed, they might get a little bit more I don't know, what the offers might provoke a bit more from you, I suppose, if that's what you'd like them to do. So try and see this as building blocks as well. Each week you learn something new that you can add to your toolkit, that you can use for the next week. And be brave and try it. So yeah, that's my offer for this week. Enjoy being nosy and observing people and being critical of the people on telly. Don't be critical of like your friend who you're FaceTiming or anything like that. But yeah, enjoy that observation and think about how useful that's going to be when we get back in a room together and we are making theatre, because it's going to be invaluable. So yeah, I'm going to leave you with that for this week. I hope you have a lovely week. I hope you're staying safe and well. I look forward to seeing you next week.